Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Teen Talk Central. In this week's episode, we're talking all about New Year's resolutions and how to kind of build them without pressure. If this is something that you're interested in or you just want to continue to support Teen Talk Central, then continue listening to this week's episode. Hi guys, we are so back. It is basically 2026. It's December 28th when you guys are listening to this, and oh my god, I cannot believe that 2025 is coming to an end. I feel like this year has been crazy. Like, I started this podcast this year, I got into college, and I feel like there's been so many life-changing events, and it's almost my graduation year. Like, for the longest time, 2026 has been so far away, but it's like, oh my god, it's literally so close, and I'm kind of scared, but I'm also super excited. Also, if you hear something in the background, it's probably my heater because my house is cold, and yeah, so don't mind that. But this week, I thought we would talk about New Year's resolutions because I feel like this is something that obviously comes around, and this is a huge topic at the beginning of the year, but I feel like the problem is that a lot of the time people will make these huge goals and like it just doesn't end up working out. They stick to it for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, and then they forget about it because it's literally so unachievable. So I kind of want to take you guys through the steps that I have done to kind of be able to do my New Year's resolutions. And also, just because it's a New Year's resolution doesn't mean you have to start it at the New Year. You can start it before the New Year, and obviously by the time this episode comes out, there's only a couple days left, but why don't you start today instead of waiting? You don't have to wait for the perfect time because there really is no such thing as waiting for the perfect time to start your resolution. Okay, so I feel like the whole reason why people make super big goals for the new year is because of social media. I feel like there's this huge pressure to reinvent yourself overnight, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna wake up on January 1st and I'm gonna be a whole new person with a whole new routine, and that is just so unrealistic and unattainable. And even if you do that, it's not gonna last for a long time. I feel like every year we're told to become this better version of ourselves, but no one actually talks about, like, if you want to do that, it's actually really exhausting and like takes a lot of effort and challenges in order to be able to do that. So I think another reason why a lot of these resolutions don't end up sticking is just because they're very, very vague. For example, I remember one year my resolution was like, oh, go to the gym, be healthy. Okay, that's great. How are you going to do that? If you are going, sometimes my friends will ask me, like, oh, like, how do you have the motivation to go to the gym every day? I'm like, okay, well, the goal is not really to go to the gym every day. It's to get my body in shape, feel the most confident version of myself. And like, even just kind of narrowing down your goal to that reason will help you be more motivated to like work out and go to the gym. Because if you're super vague, it's like, being vague in general just doesn't help you, and especially when it comes to a resolution, I've found that being vague will almost make it like easier to kind of like back out of it. It's like, oh, be healthy, I'm just like not gonna eat sugar today, when the actual goal is to go to the gym and work out and feel your best. And I think we need to learn how to kind of phrase them in a better way. And obviously, at the end of the day, it's like what you do. So like, even if you make it a super detailed goal, you can, still not do it. But I feel like if you make the goal kind of more detailed and you don't do it, you can end up kind of like, not feeling guilty, but it's like, oh, why didn't I do it? I literally could have done it today. And then it kind of, at least for me, it kind of motivates me to like continue to try to strive for that goal. And I think we also have to base our goals on something that it's more of an outcome that we're looking for. We're not looking for the systems on how to do it. It's like, what certain outcomes do I want to achieve? For example, for me going to the gym, it started as, oh, okay, like I want to have, I want to be able to see my abs. I want to have a good body. I want to feel confident. And how do I do that? These are the steps that I have to do. I have to eat healthier. I have to cut out sugar. I have to, go to the gym, actually work out, sweat. And obviously, not all of my friends like that I don't eat like sugar or sweets or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's like, it's your life and it's your own goals, and you can't let other people kind of talk down about your goals or kind of tell you that your goals are stupid or unachievable. So just do it for you. And I think that motivation fades faster than habits form. Which is why some people like are motivated for 1 to 2 weeks and then they're just not. You need to have this habit that forms from more of like a drive and like a goal that you want to achieve rather than motivation. If you're truly just relying on motivation, it will not really help you, and it will kind of make you think that you're doing something good, but then one day the motivation's gone and then you're kind of gone with it. Like, that's why people's resolutions don't last. And your willpower, I think, has to be really reliable. Like, you have to be able to really want to do something, and even if people tell you like that you can't do something, you have to understand that that's your goal and that's something that you want to achieve. And I think there's this problem with this new you thinking, or this new you idea. And it's basically that, like, it implies that what you are right now isn't enough, which I think is completely wrong. I think it encourages comparison and shame in people because they're like, oh, why am I not good enough? Like, why is this person better than me because their resolutions are better than me? Yada, yada. That is not okay. I think a better way to think of it is kind of it's like one word for the year, or adding, not fixing. I think we need to start shifting our ideas from fixing into kind of adding, and it's like adding to what you already are, because everyone's already perfect either way, but it's like you can add one habit that supports your life instead of fixing your flaws. We also have to fix this mentality, right? This is something that you have to fix. It's the mentality that you're using against yourself and other people. And another thing that I sometimes do is, like, I'm someone who takes care of my energy versus I'll wake up at 5 a.m. every single day, right? It's like I want to have peace for myself, or I have one word every year that I try to follow, right? This year is balance, and next year I think will be consistency. I haven't figured that out yet, but there's so many ways that you can kind of think in a different way that can already help your mentality grow. And I think, like I said, you just have to start small and boring with your goals, and that's how habits really stick. And you should expect inconsistency, but you should also track your effort, because building habits is not really about perfection. It's about kind of consistency, but you can also be inconsistent, if that makes sense. Basically, for example, let's take a week, right? Let's say your goal is to go to the gym 5 days a week, but you only go to the gym 4 days a week. That's not perfect, let's say, but that's still being consistent, but you have to expect a couple days of inconsistency in order to get a habit correct. But after you have that one inconsistent day, you have to still go back. The problem is, if you don't go back, then the habit will kind of fail and you're not going to follow through with it. And falling off doesn't really erase progress, but quitting 100% does. And I feel like we should never quit. And quitting is something that we should try to avoid, especially with New Year's resolutions, because it's something that you can do and is attainable. You just have to try. And then I feel like what to do when you quote unquote fail a resolution is to just reset and remove the idea of being shameful. And falling off or failing doesn't mean that you're doing terrible, but you just have to kind of reset and rethink and kind of reflect on, why did I quote unquote fail, or why was I not able to do it? And for example, kind of ending off, a resolution that just did not work for me 3 years ago was, I said I'm just gonna run every single day. And this was like after cross country and track season, and I was just like, I'm gonna run every single day. That just did not help me. That as athletic person did not help me, but instead I was like, okay, I want to work better on myself and I want to feel good every single day. What can I do in order to feel good? At that time I didn't have a gym membership yet and I didn't want to work out of my home, so I was like, okay, the only option is to go outside. What can I do that is involving going outside, going on a run? And I kind of had to narrow it down, and the power of narrowing down your goals and ideas is so important and is so crucial, and is something that I feel like I've learned and gained a lot from. So that is something that everyone at least should try once in their life. And that my relationship with that goal has changed because now I have a gym membership and everything. So now my goal is like, okay, I want to like grow this muscle in my body and I want to feel super good. What do I need to do in order to grow muscle? I need to go to the gym so I can strain my muscle in order to grow. And it kind of narrows down, and that has really helped me, and I really recommend everyone tries to narrow down their goals a little bit. And I just want to close off with this kind of idea that you don't need this new year to be worthy of change. You just need honesty, patience, and time. Because I think a lot of people think that, oh, because it's a new year, I have to start now. You can start today. Why don't you start today? What's holding you back, right? You don't have to post everything on social media and be like, oh guys, today I'm starting my New Year's resolution. No, you can literally start it whenever you want. And I think you should. So yeah, thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of Teen Talk Central. Also, I have a very exciting kind of new project coming out on Wednesday. So if you want to go support, then definitely keep out on the lookout on Instagram. And I'm super excited. And yeah, I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys next week. And it will officially be 2026. Okay, bye guys.